Hello and welcome to Cracked Open, a podcast guiding you on your journey to becoming a vessel of unconditional love. And this is your host, Beck Milonas, High Priestess, Channel, and Activator. Join me on this series as I share reflections, insights, and channel transmissions from my journey of walking the initiation path. Each episode is a unique transmission containing supportive frequencies to facilitate the deepest healing, activation, and reconnection with your soul. I invite you to open your mind and set the intention to receive this episode into your heart space. Let's go. Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of Cracked Open, a podcast about becoming a vessel of unconditional love. I'm going to just jump over here live on Instagram. Give me a second. I am live, I am live, I am live. Woo-hoo-hoo. Guys, if you're joining me for this transmission, I fucking promise you, this is going to shift some things in your energy, in your field. I'm gonna let some things loose. We're gonna set ourselves free from some BS illusions we have been telling ourselves. So if you're joining, say hey. If you're catching this on my podcast or on YouTube, please drop down, let me know how you're doing. I'm feeling so fucking good, and I just really felt guided to come on here and share some juicy energy. It's not even, I was gonna say revelations. I'm gonna share some revelations from my life. It's not even fucking about that. I am just here so you can feel the energy of what I'm going to maybe talk about. There might be some words. I think I'm going to try and use my words in this transmission because I've had this moment again of returning. We all have these moments of returning and realizing where we keep ourselves tapped into or playing out identities that don't serve us anymore, that keep us smaller, and that lock us in previous states or levels or octaves for far longer than actually our soul is desiring us to be in, right? Like, we do not need to go stagnant. We do not need to stay still. We do not need to be stuck. Anytime that you are waiting or you're in a void, let's call it a void, it's not a punishment. It's an incubation, right? It's not a fucking punishment. It is your soul giving you space between one level and another. So for the past year, I've been really dismantling so much bullshit attachment in my field to identities, to labels, to fears of judgment and being seen, and what would happen if I let go of like all these safety mechanisms and protections that I've had around me to manage how I'm perceived by others. And something that's been playing in my field, and I think a lot of people who resonate with my content will resonate with this, is a priestess template, which I've been dismantling for a really long fucking time, which I haven't wanted to let go of because it's been such a big part of my identity. I'm a priestess, I'm a healer, I'm a teacher, right? Fucking just saying it out loud makes me, it's pretty funny, right? It's pretty funny. Yours might not be those specific terms, right? We all have our variation of an identity that we are like hell bent on. This is my identity. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I'm bringing to the world. This is how I have to show up. And it informs everything we do, but it's not actually the fucking truth of who we are. And there comes a time where that identity or that association or that template that you're running, right? That old business model, that way of being in the world, whatever it is, that role that you've decided to take it upon yourself to play, it's actually serving you. It's not serving you. And it is preventing you from stepping into the next octave, the next level, the next embodiment that your soul wants to bring forth. I want to talk about specifically the priestess template, the priestess role, the priestess identity, and how this can keep us looped into these cycles of proving, of having to portray ourselves as worthy, as informed, as enlightened, as evolved as I have the codes, I have the keys. Look how fucking humble I am. Look how much healing work I do on myself. Look how close I am to God, right? It's just another fucking identity. And tied into the priestess identity is lifetimes of contracts and commitments you've made that actually keep you looped into suffering and martyrdom and self-sacrifice. These are the templates that say, I will give fucking everything, my whole life, my happiness, my physical body, my vitality, right? All my money, everything. I will give everything to walking this path and being a woman of God and bringing through these codes and doing whatever at the expense of my joy, my happiness, my pleasure, my relationships, my physical well-being, right? For a long time, I've been closing and clearing contracts of responsibility born out of deep karmic responsibility to correct some shit, to correct some shit that my soul did in other timelines. We're not going to talk about it. My soul did some shit in other timelines. And so I've felt like for years of my life, I've had this contract to complete, this mission that I needed to complete, which was born out of a karmic weight or a burden or a responsibility, which made this path feel really fucking hard at times, right? Really challenging. And that's not to say walking the path of Christ consciousness is not going to see you having to dismantle some shit, right? And go through the death and rebirth process and heal and go into the depths and all of these things. Like it's part and parcel with this path. We need to go deep into and descend into our underworld to be able to excavate the essence, the truth of who we are, which doesn't have an identity or a label. It doesn't, to be honest, the truth of who we are isn't even fucking bound by karmic law or responsibility or burden or, well, I fucked this up and so now I need to rebalance. Like the truth of who we are is clean of all of that, right? Our soul essence that is connected to the one, God running through us, doesn't have to prove anything. It doesn't have to make atonement or be forgiven or look how pure and how good I am because I sacrificed so much of my fucking life to walk this path. Can you hear how this template might run through in your life? It's like constant, and then it ties into, we often perpetuate this through childhood wounds of like overperforming, overdoing, having to prove through action. I will only receive, I'm only worthy to receive when I do. You're fucking worthy of receiving just for existing, right? Your essence is what calls everything in. We're moving into a paradigm and a shift. And if you're still seeing leaders and teachers teaching like healing and you're fucking broken, you need to fix yourself, you need to repent, you need to clear the karmic shit. Like, yeah, that serves a certain level of your journey, but don't get fucking stuck there, right? Because what is past that is transcendence. My team have been telling me for like months and months and months, since mid-year, I've been anchoring this new template. And I recently went on mystery school pilgrimage to really, truly like complete this fucking mission that had me like going all over the world, which I loved. It was amazing. I have no regrets. And my team have also been saying to me, God has been saying to me, everything that you've done and experienced up until now, none of it was a mistake. None of it was a mistake. None of the healing or the clearing or the debt or the responsibility or any of the things that you had to fucking go through, none of it was a mistake to bring you to this level. But you've outgrown it now and you cannot take that with you. You can't take those coping mechanisms and those identities and those ways of seeing the world with you to the new level. You can't take them with you. And last night I had this moment and I felt like it was this final thread of this priestess template that was so deeply embedded into me, this fucking identity attached to being a priestess. And I just let it go. And it was the most liberating feeling I've ever felt in my fucking life of, oh my God, I don't have that responsibility anymore. I don't have to live up to that title, live up to that role. I don't have to show up and look at me, I'm a priestess. This is what I do. This is who I am. The next level that we're moving into, many of you who've been, so I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this in like We are going through this mass awakening and ascension. There are levels and there are cycles in which we must go through. So being a priestess absolutely fucking serves. Doing the healing work absolutely fucking serves. Doing the excavating, the clearing, the shit, the fucking grid work, all of that serves to get you to a certain level. But many of you on here who've been listening to me for a while, you're ready to move beyond that fucking level and you're like, is this all there is? Is this all there is? I'm so fucking tired of looping and looping and looping and going in this fucking cycle. And it's exhausting. And I just want it to be easy, right? I had a good 4-month period earlier in the year where I was like, I've basically been anchoring this new timeline for myself. And I experienced it. And every day I was just walking around fucking Noosa in bliss and ecstasy, like, oh my God. Life gets to feel so fucking juicy. And all I wanted to do was create. And I was so turned on and magnetic and I felt incredible, right? And then I was called away to go complete a mission that I had and I needed to finish so that timeline could completely collapse and I could step into the next level, which is architect mode. I'm not a fucking priestess. Maybe I'm still an oracle. I don't really resonate with any of these terms anymore, right? But I'm stepping into a level, and so many of us are. I'm just using myself as a template to share from because it's easier that way. What wants to come through at the next level is so unseen. It's so unheard of for me in my human brain that I cannot access it from the level of cognition, the level of processing, the level of identity that was the priestess. The priestess doesn't fit, that role doesn't fit. When we're talking about architecting crystalline fucking temples and seeding the new earth, the priestess has a role in that. But what comes next is pure embodiment, right? It's pure fucking embodiment. It's I hold this field of potential and energy and connection. It's Christ consciousness, right? To the Christos Sophia, to God, to creation, to the liberated feminine. And anything I fucking do is going to transmit that. I do not have to run healing containers. I do not have to do sessions. I do not have to write posts about this or that or whatever the fuck it is to have people feel this energy. It's something that I am. It's just through and comes and moves through me. And again, I'm not talking about me specifically. I'm talking about everyone at this new level. There's no identity attached to it. You're not having to fit into a box. It's what actually brings me joy? How do I want to express? What excites me at this new level? How does love want to move through me today and create through me today? And you're no longer worrying about, well, how will I be provided for? How will I be provided for? Because you realize at this new level, you literally are fucking creation. You literally are fucking creation. You are creation, right? You don't need to do anything to have whatever you need just drop in. All you need to do, actually, is get out of the way and resonate. So something I see a lot happening is the soul people, my people who are here, who I'm here to serve, because I'm still here to serve people, but I'm realizing, and what I'm seeing in my client sessions is it's a lot less let's get in a healing session and move you through some shit. It's no, I'm literally just sitting there and they're shifting just by being in my energy, and it's fucking amazing. And I'm well, we scheduled an hour, but things have shifted within 30 minutes and I don't really know. All I need to do is say something and it collapses something for someone. And that's not I'm so powerful. That's just this is what this new level looks like. You hold such a clear field of truth and embodiment and Christ consciousness, light, joy, whatever it is, that people instantly just shift in your field. There's no need to go digging. There's no need to find the root cause. There's no need to figure out the story or the block. There are no fucking blocks at this level. You do not have blocks. The only block is you believing that you are not holding this frequency. That is the only block, is you in one moment convincing yourself you're separate. So what I've noticed and what I was saying was, whenever someone's soul aligned just drops in out of nowhere, it's always out of nowhere. It's always in some miraculous moment. I haven't posted anything. I haven't been even showing up online. I haven't fucking done all these things that honestly, they just feel I've been feeling this for a really long time. This feels heavy. I don't want to fucking market myself. I don't want to fucking market myself and perpetuate this industry, right? Of so much fake bullshit. I don't want to be part of that. So then I have this hesitance to like, ugh, I don't want to market. And when I do, I only do it when I'm like, it genuinely feels lit up for me. But what will happen is I'll go through some stuff and then I'll come back. I will literally just come back to my joy. Like I'll come back to my joy. I'll lie on a beach and remind myself how ecstatic my nature is to be. I'll have a bubble bath. I'll have a massage, right? I'll do something. I'll play music that brings me joy. And then bam, like literally without me advertising, without me putting anything out there, the perfect person always shows up. Always, always, always. Every fucking time this happens, I'm like, it's this miraculous. And it's like, we forget that. We forget how easy it is. Because it's your essence and your frequency that turns on this signal in the field of like, whew, come find me, right? It's the same thing with like calling in your beloved. When you're in this frequency, they are magnetized to you. You don't have to do fucking anything except take the aligned action, and there will be aligned actions, right? So move with the energy when it's hot, but don't force, because when we get into our mind and we're like, I have to think the way through this. I need to figure this out. If I don't show up and I don't post and I don't comment and I don't fucking put things out there, then what I want is not coming. And as a fucking oracle or a priestess or someone, like, we're letting go of those terms, so I don't want to say that. As someone embodying this frequency, as a creator, you literally don't have to do fucking anything except allow what is already there to come to you. It's already in your field. These people are already searching for you to support them in whatever way because they're ready for your codes. And so at this new level, it is activation through pure interfacing with someone and their field. You literally just feel their fucking energy and you are shifted because that woman, that man, that person is holding a code that is your authentic soul essence, and it gets ignited in your field. I've seen this in my life, and like, I never claim this, and I'm going to fucking start claiming this because it's a phenomenon. People in my life that are close to me, not just my clients, get activated in these profound fucking ways. Suddenly they start having all these orgasmic experiences. They're coming out of their shell. If they're a man, they're like stepping into their king. And I don't do anything. I just am around them, right? But my embodiment, how I live, who I am, how I speak, how I fucking move through my life, the frequency and the field that I hold, and again, it's not just me, there's many of us, so I'm going to say that, is so charged that people can't help but fucking shift in your frequency. And so then sessions look like we just sit and you just receive silent transmissions. My books become a transmission. My podcast becomes a transmission. My music becomes a transmission. Me walking into a fucking room becomes a transmission because I'm holding a field of potential. I always notice this as well on my journey. My higher self always calls in someone embodying the codes that I am meant to land. And as an oracle, again, like I just hear myself saying that, I'm like, arbitrary term. As someone who is here to activate codes and receive codes in this way, it literally just takes me being in this person's field for like a little bit for me to assimilate and activate and unlock those things that were already within me, but I just need to see it in front of me to be like, oh shit, there's my grid working codes. They just came online. There's my priestess codes. There's my divine feminine codes. There's my Christ consciousness codes. There's my erotic fucking current juicy orgasmic codes. They're my wealth codes. They're my this codes. They're my that codes. We are walking, living, breathing codexes. Fields of potential. And that is expressed through so many different ways. So if you're trying to do it in a way that doesn't feel good for you anymore, because you think doing it this way is the only way I'm going to support myself, or I can't see how else I can possibly transmit these codes and make a living and support myself, God is fucking miraculous. God is miraculous. And I want you to know, and I was like hysterically laughing for like 2 hours. My mom came into the room because I'm at my parents helping them move house at the moment. And she was like, are you okay? Because I was like in this hysteric bliss state for like 3 hours, realizing I have no fucking idea. I have no idea what is coming for me. I can feel, oh, I can feel it. I can feel what it feels like, but I don't know what it looks like. And I know it's so beyond, because Spirit has told me so many times. My team have literally sat me down in Bali. They sat me down and they were like, you need to burn everything that you've done to the ground. And not in a like, fuck it, it was not serving way. It's like, it served to get you here. But where you're going, it looks so different. It looks so different. Don't even try to build the new thing, the new octave, the new level from your previous operating system or your structure. Your whole structure needs to burn, they were saying. And your next mission is not a solo mission. It requires your beloved to come in. So I'm feeling him too. And I'm like, whoa, he's coming. I don't know when. I just know he's coming, right? And there was this moment yesterday where I've been getting a little bit in my head because I've been in this void. Like I've come back. I was supposed to be in Mexico. That got delayed. And so I've ended up finding myself in Sydney, helping my parents move house, which again, divinely guided because I've been shown some things here and it's been perfect. Let's just say it's been perfect. But I started like, fuck, like all those downloads I've been having around this like next level and like all these things coming, but I feel like what's going on? And I started to go into my head a little bit. And this is something that happens to me after a little bit. Like I'm good in the void at the start and I'm like so trusting and everything's still flowing and I'm still supported. And I'm like, okay, I'm being shown what offering to put in the void. Like that still resonates with my people, even though it's maybe not what I was doing before. And I'm cool to just like lay back and like trust, right? And I completed my second audiobook. That's what I've been doing while I've been here. So that's been divine as well. Big G energy. It's going to come out on audiobook soon. And it's just been this completion, right? This completion phase. But then I started noticing I was getting in my head again. Okay, so what do I do? How can I move out of this? How can I move forward? And I noticed it very quickly, because you do notice it very quickly after being on this path for a while, like, oh, fuck, I'm trying to force again. I'm trying to force. And I had this thought last night of like, where you're going and what is coming. And it was like an implanted thought, right? Like from my higher self. There is no, you cannot, the roadmap that you have will not fucking get you there. The level that you've been playing at won't get you there. It's going to be so miraculous, so fucking divine, so led, so perfect, so insane that I can't even fathom it right now, right? I can't even fucking fathom it right now. And if I look back to 2029, if I look back to the future, if I look back to 2019, when I was trying to be a coach and I was so like caught up in being the next fucking Tony Robbins, and Spirit kept saying, let go, there's something bigger, let go, there's something bigger. And I was like, no, I'm going to cling because this is all I know. This is the only way I know to get there. And then when I let go, this whole trajectory fucking opened up to me. And then it was like, boom, 4 years on this mission. That has been, I have no regrets. It's been incredible. Like it's been fucking incredible and painful and heart opening and blah, 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 all these things to bring me here. But if I'm honest, other than like some details, which they're very like metaphysical, like I don't know what that means in the human, how the fuck that is going to translate into you're telling me I'm an architect and I'm going to create these temples. Cool. Like, I don't know what that, okay. Right. No fucking idea. But I know that it doesn't look like anything that I've been doing. And I also know that it's not my responsibility at all. The how is not my responsibility. The roadmap is not my responsibility. My responsibility is showing up in every moment and saying, okay, what is, I was going to say, what is asked of me now? But then I was like, that's the old template of what is asked of me. What do I need to do? How do I need to serve? It's like, what does God want to create through me that feels fucking juicy right now, right? What feels good? What feels exciting? And if that means in this incubation period, it looks like I take a step back because I have to step away from certain offerings in my business or no longer do things a certain way. Fuck, maybe I need to let go of this podcast. It feels pretty good right now, but maybe it won't be aligned anymore, right? Maybe even my books. I don't feel like my books because they're still juicy. They're very juicy and I've just finished an audiobook. So I'm not going to let go of them. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't know, but we can still rejoice, right? And now I sound like an evangelist. Rejoice. But literally, the hack that I have fucking realized so deeply this year, and it's so basic, and you're going to be like, really? You didn't figure that out? Like, until now? I have been so caught up in having to atone and clear and cancel old contracts and all these things that I forgot the most simple thing is rejoicing, is being so fucking grateful for something you don't even know what it's going to be. But I am so grateful. I am so grateful and excited to see what God has planned for me. It's going to be better than what I could even fucking fathom. My husband, who I can feel in my field so clearly, I look at, for instance, all of the men that I've had to move through, the soul contracts and connections and karmics. If you've read my books, it's like been a very big part of my journey to have these soul connections. And none of them were truly what would fulfill me. Otherwise, they would be my person. They would still be here, right? And I look at God removing every single one of them and being like, Beck, it's better. Beck, it's better. Beck, it's better. And my little human is like, no, I want this, right? But that thing that you're clinging to, like, you can't even fucking fathom how good what it is going to be like, because you don't have the framework from the old operating system. It requires you to literally let go of everything that you've thought and known and let God show you something miraculous. So I know this man that I'm going to be with, maybe it's a woman, like, oh my God, imagine that. No, it's a man. I definitely feel like it's a man. But also if it's, I'm open, like, let's see, right? My beloved is going to be so much better than what I could even fucking fathom for myself. And I was limiting myself so deeply and clinging to things that were not a complete wish fulfillment. Or even if I look at my business and how I've built my soul mission, so much of it has been juicy and amazing. And some of the clients that I've had, they fucking light me up. But if I'm honest, there have been certain things in my business, there's been this frustration around them. It hasn't felt good. It's felt like fucking force. It's felt like, I have to show up on social media and I have to sell this way. And it just feels like it doesn't feel fucking aligned with the truth of who I am. And it doesn't feel authentic to me, right? It doesn't feel authentic to me. Some of the ways in which I've been serving, they don't light me up in the ways that they used to anymore. But I had been telling myself for so long, this is how it has to look. Well, you need to run online programs and you need to do high-level mentorship and you need to show up on fucking Instagram and post or no one's going to find you. That's bullshit. People find me in the most crazy, miraculous ways, in the crazy, most miraculous moment. And I don't even know how they found me. And they just show up and they're like, bam, I'm exactly what is aligned with what you need and what I need right now. And here I am. And it wasn't because I posted like they told me to. It wasn't because I sent an email. Like, it was because I was in alignment with them and I called them in and I was like, boom, call them in. I'm ready, right? And I know that the way that I'm doing this wants to shift. Because where we're going, what we're moving into, those of us who have been doing this, and I said this in my last live, I'm going to reiterate it. It's time for us to graduate from that operating system, that level of being, to shift into ease, into just knowing we are the frequency. We are literally the blueprint. We're the fucking blueprint. You don't have to do anything except show up when it feels good and be yourself. That's how simple it gets to be. You emanating is all that it is all that it takes. You just existing is all that it takes. Really, it is all that it takes. You are succeeding your mission just by existing. So when you start to hold that perception or that level of like, my field holds potentials for people to activate within them simply by being in my energy. What do you want to create from that place? Do you, I mean, maybe it is authentic for you to run healing programs. And even the word healing, I'm like, we're not broken. We don't need fixing. We just need remembering who the fuck we are, right? And to be fair, for the past 2 years, my programs haven't been around healing because I don't believe that we're fucking broken. They've been about reconnecting to the essence of who we are at our soul level. What would you create if you knew like your job was to just radiate your presence in the world? What would you create? My next project, and I know it is because I started working on it before I left Queensland, and I'm going to pick it up again. And I opened the document the other day to work on it a little bit, and I was literally like fucking breathing, orgasming, because I was like, this is it's so powerful. It's an erotic novel around the liberated feminine, and it's got so like it's a novel. It's fiction. And then everything that we get to create from this place gets to be playful and joyful. If your mission feels hard, it feels like a burden, it feels like a responsibility, it feels like you're judging and putting pressure on yourself to be perceived a certain way, then you are still carrying these old templates that want to be dissolved for you, right? And it's time to let them go. And like I said, that journey served. I'm not shitting on the priestess path. It was so important for me to embody the priestess, to then transcend the priestess. I couldn't transcend my priestess identity if I didn't first fully embody it. It's like the next level is encoded within the previous level. And then you transcend that and you have to let it go and shed it because it doesn't fit anymore, right? So this architect, this literal just creator is being birthed out of, it's like God consciousness, creator consciousness is being birthed out of the priestess who was close to God. But the next level is I'm not even separate from God. I am God, right? I am the architect. I am creating from these higher levels. I don't need to go into the underworld. I don't need to transmute for the collective. I don't need to bring upon people's pain and help them to shift it. I just need to fucking emanate love and joy and juiciness and potential. And then people automatically shift when they come into, what's the word? Contact with me through whatever way, right? I don't need to tell people what I could work in a mailroom and I would still be fulfilling my mission. How liberating is that? To not feel like I have this heavy burden of this mission and this contract that I agreed to. And if I don't fucking do it, I'm going to have to come back here and do it all over again. It's like, that's so tiring. And I'm saying this as a woman who, honestly, my body went through so much shit over the past few years to be able to run frequencies through me and hold these things and do the grid work and right? I went through so much suffering to get to this point of being like, fuck, I don't have to suffer for my mission. You don't have to suffer for your mission. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to be more, do more to be worthy of receiving. True abundance, divine provision, wealth comes when you embody your big womb energy of just like, I am fucking creation. I'm fucking creation. And this is what I want to create now. This is what feels alive to me. So bring the fucking provision in whatever way. I'm detached from how that comes. If that means I'm going to go fucking work for someone else, which I really don't think that's ever going to be the case for me, because that doesn't, I mean, sometimes it feels good, but like, I don't, if you don't want me to run programs right now, higher self, because I'm in a recalibration, I'm not going to do that. But the provision is going to come, and I don't need to figure out how. It's already aligned. It's already been orchestrated for you. You just need to get out of the way. God has everything planned for us already. Our higher selves, God, source, has every step, every phase. It's already mapped out to some degree. Our only job is to be in alignment and allowing of letting life show you where it wants to take you. So I don't know where I'm going, but I've seen hints. I've seen glimpses. I know what it feels like. And as long as I keep holding that like their codes, it's a template. It's a fucking, I can feel the sacred geometry of like what is coming for me. My human brain hasn't been able to yet interpret that geometry as a physical structure. I can see some things, but not all of it. I don't know what parts. And you know what? Because it's a double mission, I also feel like I'm not meant to, it's not meant to activate purely through me. It's other people that are going to bring this alive. So it's like, I don't actually have the roadmap yet. What I have is the frequency that I'm being shown through my emotions, through my feelings. So as long as I keep holding that, it's going to manifest some way or the other. And my only job is to sit in that energy of I rejoice. While it's forming itself, I rejoice. I don't fucking even know how good it is. Why is it that when we're in a void, we assume the worst? We assume the worst. We're like, well, everything's going backwards. Everything's falling apart. What if I can't pay my bills? What if fucking the whole world falls apart? It's like, what if we assume the best? What if we were like, what is coming isn't scary? I mean, to some degree, to our ego, it's scary because it's unknown. But what if it was like so fucking good, so fucking juicy, so expansive, so amazing that I can't even fathom it right now? I can't even fathom it right now. And the way that it's going to show up is going to be so unexpected and so surprising that I'm going to have to pinch myself like, is this shit real? Right? What if that was the scenario instead of terror and fear and I don't know? It's like liberating to let go of, I have no fucking idea what this next year is going to hold. None. No idea. But that opens the space for actual miracles, synchronicities, being led. God's plan is so much fucking better than your plan. I'm sorry. And I'm saying this to myself. It's always so much better than what we could even fathom for ourselves. Our job isn't to force it. It's to flow with it, right? And we flow with it by doing what we can. And I say doing, but when I say doing, I mean is like embodiment activities. So for me, it's like lying on a beach, listening to like Latin music and dancing, playing music, writing. These things bring me back into my authentic essence, right? Our job is just to bring us back into that awe. It's like childlike awe. That's the frequency. Awe of, I don't even know where I'm going, but oh my God, I'm just in awe of the goodness of God and the miracles he is working in my life, even though I have no fucking idea, right? The excitement, that's going to bring everything that you want to you. Not what do I have to change or what block do I have or what, it's like you're not blocked. There are no blocks. The expectation removes the blocks. What if you've already worked through all the blocks and the only fucking block is thinking that you're blocked and that you've got to figure it out and you're forcing it? Surrender it. Surrender it all to God. That's all I'm saying. Just let it fucking go. Whatever is not fitting, whatever doesn't feel juicy for you anymore, whatever feels frustrating, maybe it feels frustrating because God is saying, hey, make it bigger, right? Maybe you're not being punished. You're not being cock-blocked. It's literally God saying, hey, go that way instead. I promise you that way is so much better. It's so much juicier. On that path, there's like your soulmate. There's all the fucking wealth you could have possibly asked for. There's all your juicy soul clients. Go that way. And you're like, but I want to go this way. This is the way I want to go. And God's like, for fuck's sake, your frustration is telling you. That emotion that I've implanted in you of frustration is because you're hitting an edge, which is like, boom, there is no way forward for you when you continue down this path. Go the other fucking way, right? The opposite of frustration is joy, liberation, right? Victimization to freedom. That's the 55 gene key. We're all moving into this new era, which is embodying this 55 gene key. I have it in my design. Lucky fucking me. I get to embody that ahead of the wave. Woohoo, right? But those of us who are here to embody this Christ consciousness, here to embody this new level before this wave that's happening now of mass awakening, We're here to hold this template when the world is burning, where we're like, woohoo, I don't even know how good it's going to be. And I fucking trust the darkness, and I trust the void, and I trust the emptying out, because I know that whatever is being taken from me is going to be given back to me tenfold in juicier, fucking more aligned ways. God, every time God removes a man from my life, the next one is like so much better. This is how I've seen it. Or every time a client has been removed, one has stepped in better. When we're in lack, we're like, what is being removed won't be replaced. And that was the only thing that there possibly was. When we're in abundance, which is our natural state, we know whatever's being taken away isn't to punish you. It's to replace it with something even higher, even better. And our only job is to allow ourselves to receive. That is my love rant. For now, at the moment, I am running mission template realignment sessions. These sessions have been so fucking juicy because I know a lot of y'all are in this void of like, finish this previous mission, finish this previous octave, doesn't feel good anymore. Not resonating with my previous clients, not resonating with what I was doing, not resonating with the path I was going down, but I don't know what's next, right? And so in these sessions, we recalibrate you to, we feel what's next, we recalibrate, we release whatever is still like templates like the priestess identity or whatever else, shift that out of the way and get you into feeling and moving with and receiving from this new template that then shifts everything into alignment and brings the things in the physical reality. So if this is you and you're like in this void, fantastic, reach out. I have space for 2 people, one in my incubator, which is a birthing container, which is where I hold you in this field of creative potential to help you birth your next level, your next art into the world, your next expression, whether that's a book, a podcast, a website, an offering, whatever it is that you feel you're destined to bring through. I'm going to hold you to that creation and support you to bring it through, right? Support the new identity. The other thing that I have on offer right now is a empire builder 1-to-1. And this is a longer, it's like a year long or 6 months to a year oracle support for people building some serious fucking empires, legacy, mission, right? I'm going to support you in what is the aligned step. What is the aligned move? What is the one little thing energetically that you need to shift and everything will just fucking boom, right? Like, it's like, this is all energy. This is precision. And when you're working on these higher levels and co-creating to build the new earth, you need like an oracle who can feel the earth and feel what is like actually being asked for and what is being aligned, right? So if that's you, reach out. Otherwise, guys, please subscribe, like, comment, send this to someone who needs it. Let me know if this resonates. Mwah, I love you all. The Big G audiobook is going to be coming out soon, which is very exciting, but I'm going to take my time editing it because I'm just going to take my time. So I'll let you all know when it's out and live. Have an amazing day. And until next time, beautiful souls, I love you.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Cracked Open. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share with a friend if this episode has served you in any way. For more information about the work that I do or to get in touch with me, read the show notes or head to beckmylonis.com. Until next time, beautiful soul.